Let us talk about static members of a class. For explaining static members, I have taken an example here, a simple example of a class test. This is a class test. Now, this class is having two members, that is A and B, and it is having one constructor, that is initializing A and B. It's a simple class. Two private members and a constructor for initializing them, nothing else. Now, inside main function, let me create the objects of that test. If I create object of test T1, then T1 will have A and B. And when I create an object, a constructor is called and this will initialize this as 10 and 10. I'll create one more object, test T2. Then T2 is also created and it will also have A and B, which will have A value as 10 and B value as 10. Now, to understand static, so I am explaining something. Let us follow this. I have created two objects of same class, then every object will have its own A member and B member. So AB, AB. Now let us understand what is static data member. I will declare one variable in public. The static variable I have declared. Static integer count. I am declaring it as count. Then I will also do count plus plus inside constructor. That's it. This is a static variable. Then how this works? When I am creating an object of test T1, how many members are there? A, B and count. When I create an object of T2, A, B and count. So yes, A, B already are there in the picture. Now see how count is created. This is count. And this T1 is having A, B and count. T2 is also having A, B and count. So it means that how many times count variable is allocated, how much memory is allocated? Only one time memory is allocated, and that is shared by both the objects T1 and T2. Both of them will use same count. So it means this variable, when you make it as static, it will occupy memory only once. Only once. That's it. So static variables or static data members of a class belongs to a class, doesn't belong to an object, and all the objects can share it. So there will be only one copy and every object will share that copy. Again I will explain you. T1 is having its own AB, T2 is also having its own A and B, but count, there is only one copy that is used by both the objects. Now let us see what happens. Test T1 constructor is called, A assign 10, B assign 10 and count plus plus. So what is there in count? Assume that it is 0. So 0 became what now? 1. Then test T2. So again constructor is called, A assign 10 and B assign 10 and count plus plus. Count becomes 2. So both are accessing same member. That's it. Such data members are static data members of a class. They belong to a class and is common for all the objects. So that are shareable members of a class, are shared by all the objects of a class. Now one more thing I have to show you syntactically. When you have a static variable inside the class, you must declare it outside again. So I will declare that once again. Integer count. Oh, this is outside the class, so it means it's like a global variable. Yes, global variable, but this we want it to be accessible only inside the test. We are referring to this one. So say test scope resolution. This is the important statement. See, when you declare static entire program, but we want this variable to be used only within this class, so scope resolution is given. And here we are referring that outside, whatever the global variable is, we are using it inside the class. So 2 times you need declaration. It is just like global variable, you are making it accessible only to the objects of this class. So that is static variable. So only one time the memory is allocated and all objects can access it. That's all about static data members. Now Now let us see how to access that static variable. Can I say cout t1.count? Yes, I can access because it's public. So what will be displayed? What's the value now? 2. Can I say cout t2.count? Yes, it's public, I can access. What's the value? 2 only. As that is public, this is inside public, even I can say cout test scope resolution and count. So we learn one more thing now. Again the value is 2 only. So the static data members can be accessed using object also, or they can also be accessed using class name. If they are public, you can directly access them using class name. They can be accessed using object name, as well as they can be accessed upon the class. So they actually belong to a class. So that's all about static data members. I'll remove few things from here, then I will discuss about static member functions also. Now let us see. I will write down a static member function. So here I want one function, that is get count. What this function will do? This function returns count. Now this function I want to make it as static. So this is a static member function. This static member function is returning count. Now let me show you something. Inside this function, instead of return count, can I say a plus plus? I want to increment the value of a. No, it's not allowed. But can I say count plus plus or return count? Yes, you can access count, but you cannot access a. So the important thing is static member functions can access only static data members of a class. They cannot access non-static data members. These are non-static. If I say this is static, then these are non-static. It cannot access non-static data members of a class. So static member functions can access only static members of a class, static data members. So static member functions also belongs to a class, Let us see. Already we have discussed this one, so I will not create any object. I will say cout and I want to call that function, get count. Can I call that function? Yes, you can call them using scope resolution operator. Test get count. It will return the count and we can display it. So what is the count initially? We did not create any object. Count is never incremented. So the answer is 0. Now if I say test t1, object is created. Then I say cout t1.getCount. So can I call this function get count upon the object? Yes. It is just like static variables. You can access static functions also by using the class name as well as using an object. So that's it. I'll give you some examples on this one. But before that, let us quickly look at all the things that we learned. See, a class can have static data members also, and there will be only one instance, that is memory allocated only one time. All the objects will share that data member. Then if you want to access those, you can also have static member functions. Then static member functions can access only static data member. They cannot access non-static data members of a class. This is the method of declaring static data members. 2 times you have to declare. Then the next point that we studied is static members can be accessed by using the object as well as class. You can access data member also, functions also. If you make data member as private, then you need a function. Otherwise, directly you can access data member also. Then where it can be used, I'll show you it in the next video.